dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Hey.
I was like memorized. I was like hypnotized by that. I love that.
I like it. I like it a lot. Everybody, welcome to another episode of the Otter's Den with Keith and Joni.
Good evening. I love those little sparkles coming out of is that a fire or like a cauldron or something?
On the video?
Yeah.
I would have to watch it. I was over sharing, so I actually wasn't watching. I'd have to look at it.
It really came up clear and good,
Nice.
and I love the music.
Yeah, Lorelai made that for me.
I love that. Linda, was that so cool?
I finally was able to figure out how to get it uploaded, so.
I'm going to make one. I'm going to make one for mysteries.
There you go.
Like for a minute, but I love the music.
Absolutely. Hello, all. Welcome.
I loved it.
Hang on.
That was cool. I could have listened to that music like all night. I was like getting hypnotized.
Yeah, I might take my voice recorder, just keep playing it over and over so I can make it into a MP3 or something and just hit play. I like it.
I like it too. That's like eclipse music.
It is. It's not dark, but it's not light. It's kind of dark, kind of horror movie type.
A little suspenseful, I think.
That too. Thank you, Renee. Yes, thank you, everybody. Please, by all means, share us out.
I loved it.
Hello, Gail, Rhonda, Linda, Peggy. Welcome,
hi, friends.
Welcome to the Otter's Den.
The Otter's Den. The psychics were out on Mysteries Beyond the Scenes tonight.
Yes, that was a damn good show you just did.
Psychic Lisa. Thank you, Psychic Lisa. Thank you, Psychic Linda. It was wonderful. Oh. Great input. I love to have clues. When people start to get clues on missing person cases, I get all whipped up, man. What?
I just turned the ghost radar on.
What does it say?
Celebration later. Attitude leg season Pluto.
What? It really said Pluto.
Yeah, pen once. Pluto season. Once pen, Pluto season, leg attitude. I gotta read it backwards. Leg attitude. Spirit's being funny.
Oh my God. You know what is weird?
Later celebration planned. Cool.
I didn't even tell you about Pluto this week. I didn't even tell you about Pluto, and you're getting it on the spirit box.
Yeah. I don't know if I can. Normally, I can't get the words to show up, but
it's just like a white screen.
Yeah.
Lisa
Wait.
said Pluto.
There.
What? Lisa said Pluto too.
Hang on. Now I can't get it to do it. But it says Pluto season.
Wow. Wow. Just wow. Well, you know what your ruling planet is doing this week, don't you? Pluto.
Pluto's causing some havoc.
Pluto's causing some havoc across the pond.
Mars is causing some havoc.
Well, it was one of those yods. It was the yod. Remember we talked about the yod?
Yes. And for those of you that don't know what a yod is, they call that the hand of God, or excuse me, the finger of God.
Finger of God.
3 planets in a trine?
No. 2 in a quincunx, which is 150 degrees apart, which is stressful. And then 2 of them, and then the third is sextiling the 2 that are quincunxing. So it's like a skinny triangle.
Yeah, skinny triangle. That's why I had that triangle.
It's something triggers them.
And which planets are in this one?
The one next week or the 3 from last week?
The one coming.
The one coming. It's down here on another page. It's the 15th.
Halfway through the month.
You know, they're not always bad, but damn, you just don't know what's going to happen with them.
I wouldn't say good or bad. I would say they make things happen.
Yeah, they do. But what happened across the way was Mars, Pluto. Yes. And then Uranus was in there, and Uranus was unexpected.
I'm going to give a shout out to Starseed Astrology in Sal. I pay attention to their astrology readings, and it is amazing. Almost as amazing as yours.
He's so good. He's so young. He's so talented. He was ex-military. He was in our military here in the States. His wife, they have beautiful necklaces and gems and crystals too.
Yeah.
And his wife is a psychic. And,
yeah, I would love to get them on the show with us. That'd be phenomenal.
Oh, he calls everything. And you know what I like about Sal is he calls people out too. He's not afraid to speak the truth. And I admire that. And, a lot of them, the young ones, the younger ones, Sloth is another one.
Yeah.
Another, what's his name?
Sloth Soul Astrology.
Sloth. And, those kids get, what's it called? Censored.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not fair.
No, it's not.
And they're excellent astrologers. I mean,
absolutely. Absolutely. I've been following Sal and, Starseed, and he has been calling stuff and it's been hitting, which is what I'm going to get to now. He made a prediction.
Yep, he did.
Like we did, like that Mars was going to start some shit.
Yeah.
And sure enough, who is Mars? He is the god of war.
Yeah.
And that was what his post about today was about Mars being the god of war. Israel and Hamas. Transiting Mars in Libra squared Pluto RX in Capricorn. That's when it started. And then Russia and Ukraine. Mars in Capricorn in a square to Zeus RX retrograde in Libra. The squares. When Mars is squared, stuff happens. Stuff starts.
Mars square Pluto is an ugly, ugly square. And that's the one that I told you I have to try. I can't sugarcoat it. That's the square where you have to look out for your surroundings. You have to be careful.
School shootings, mass shootings. I mean, that is when things happen. So you need to pay attention, you know. And I'm not saying that to be political. I am saying that to get people to pay attention to their surroundings.
That's right.
You know, if you got to conceal carry.
You know, those kids, and 260 of them perished at that concert.
Yeah.
It was so unexpected. They didn't know what really came upon them. And also, what's interesting, Venus was squaring Uranus. What are the what are the current hostages? Women and children. Venus.
Yes.
Very unexpected. And there's Americans too that they're hostages. Yeah. So, we've lost 11 Americans in this.
I know. Hang on. I'm trying to get the right one. Comments are rolling. That's good. Yeah, could we talk biblical? When the Holy Land becomes under attack, but it has been under attack several times, but this, could mark a period. Yeah, it has been under attack for centuries, if you think about it.
I've never seen an attack like this. This was huge.
This was
huge. This was not with their normal. This was not their normal back and forth with their other friends.
Yeah, Gail, you're okay as long as it is not concealed. You can carry a firearm as long as it's not concealed in Nebraska and be legal. You're going to catch some crap for it, and if a cop sees you, he's probably going to stop and talk to you about it.
Right. But know your laws.
I open carry.
Well, the thing about Mars is something has to trigger the energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Square, look out.
You can go through a lot of Mars Pluto transits where these things don't occur.
Right.
But I think when people sound the alarm that watch the planets, and I don't know anybody that was not sounding the alarm. Everybody was sounding the alarm.
Yeah.
Just to pay attention to what's going on.
Yes, absolutely.
Sal didn't. He was like, "There's going to be a war."
Yeah. Yeah. He just said, "This is going to happen."
Yeah, he did.
It's happening.
Yeah.
You and I have been saying there are going to be a crap load of earthquakes and volcano eruptions. God. And there's been one or two here or there, but we've been
2,000 people died in Afghanistan.
Yes.
In an earthquake.
6 volcanoes getting ready to erupt or erupting. Hawaii, the one in Hawaii.
Right.
What do you get when volcanoes erupt? Earthquakes.
Right.
Blowing up.
Afghanistan, 2,000 people
blowing up.
We had 3 in one day that were 6.0s and above.
666.
666. There's your biblical, Howie. 666. But if you look at the Bible, and we should do a show on that sometime because it's a very interesting topic. It's nothing but astrology. That's what they used. That's what they used.
Yeah. How did the 3 wise men find Jesus? They followed a star.
Yeah. Jupiter conjunct Saturn.
Yes. The Christmas star.
No, it's not. It's 2 planets. It's interesting times. There are biblical.
Yeah, I know. And I've actually worked that out to where it's a good number. I've got my notes somewhere. But Linda had a good question here. When does the astrology say this will stop? That would be kind of a tough question because you would have to just start looking into the astrology of the future.
Well, in America, we're out of the Pluto return. Technically, the last hit is 2024 on election day.
Yes.
That's when it leaves Capricorn and goes into Aquarius full time for the next 20 or some odd years.
So that should be a relief of some kind.
Yes.
But yeah, imagine that day. It's election day.
Yeah, you can't make it up. Now what's happening with Pluto this week, and that's funny that your machines are saying that, is that it is stationing 1010 tomorrow. Stationing to go direct. It's in retro. They are at their peak 5 days after.
It's October 10/10. That is my dad's birthday.
10/10. Pluto goes direct at its peak tomorrow.
All righty.
So it's going to start heading forward toward Aquarius.
Okay.
Okay. Then it goes back into Capricorn in October, November of 24.
Okay.
So we're there. We are at our peak of the Pluto return right now in America.
Good. And Sal did predict another big one coming in 2024.
2024, what? Another big WAR?
Mars square.
Oh, great.
Another big Mars square. He's gonna do a report on it. So when I see it, I'll share it.
I'm not gonna look. And it's important to look around things that could trigger them too. But he does that because they could just lay there and do nothing unless triggered.
Yes.
Like that when we were talking about Aaron Carter, who I didn't know who he was, but his chart had where he could check out from this lifetime and a couple different times that he did not. So you just don't, so just because your natal chart shows, well, you could have checked out at this time, doesn't mean that you still have free will. If that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
Things aren't etched in stone. I can give you an idea of the energy, but if you would have looked at Mars square Pluto to go to a concert, I would not have gone. There's no way.
Yeah, that's something I'm paying more attention to.
No way.
Is going to events and stuff like that, even just going out, going to a movie or something.
Nope.
If I plan on it and then all of a sudden that day hits and I'm like, no, something ain't right. I don't go.
Three fingers of God. We had Uranus was on fire that day. It was square in Venus. We had that Neptune opposition to Mercury, which is none of the signals went through to assist because it was all cloudy. And it was the perfect freaking storm.
Yeah.
So,
right.
You can't tell me that a lot of these people don't have astrologers.
They got to. I bet. Not the current high office holder, but the last high office holder. I bet he's got one.
Oh, I know so. Your corporations cannot be named Jupiter and not know what Jupiter stands for, blessings and abundance.
Yes.
And all your LLCs are named Jupiter?
Yes. Howie.
Chuckles hard. It's true. It's true. Now, if you look at, let's see, Israel, their chart, Mars was on their south node and on the ascendant. South node is losses. Sun was conjunct Uranus, and the sun was hitting Pluto. Damn it.
Hot. It's hot. It's damn hot.
It's going to get hotter, too.
It's going to get damn hot.
It was the perfect... Mars was in a perfect war drums.
Yeah, that's the thing, Lisa.
Storm. We had the fog with Mercury, Neptune. The communication data didn't get through to them.
Mm-hmm.
All those yachts. Well, we talked about this. The moon was opposing Pluto. The moon in mundane astrology are the people. Moon was opposing Pluto. It was a perfect storm.
Yeah.
But we just hope that Well, that Mars-Pluto is separating, but it's still inactive. It's still in play. And we talked about it 2 weeks ago, but we looked ahead.
Yes.
A week ahead.
Yes, we did.
So, next time astrologers say Mars-Pluto, listen.
Yes.
Yes, we listen.
Hey, Lois. How is everybody feeling after the 4th? After that message went out. Who heard it? Did you hear it?
I did. I forgot about it. And my phone is broken. The whole back of it's out and it went off. And then I hit airplane mode because I thought this thing's going to blare for 30 minutes.
Well, yeah. And no, actually, no.
Oh.
It would blare for 1 minute. That is what you would audibly hear, but the test was for 29 minutes.
Oh, no, I shut it off. I was annoyed.
What were they going to be sending through the other 28? I had everything shut off. And the way my work worked out, something happened at work to where I had to stay longer before I took my lunch break. So I got my lunch break while this thing was happening, and I was able to have everything off. I mean, it worked out perfect.
Good.
I didn't get that in the first place, so I mean, I'm sure I would have been all right. But I even had everything here in the house shut off, so Freya didn't.
Yeah.
Everything. Good, Lisa. I have been noticing at work, few people are acting a little differently. I cannot say it is due to this, but I'm people watching.
That test.
Yeah. Gail, hers was shut off. Howie had his shut off.
Yeah, I think everybody did except me.
Renee, I can't read it. Hang on. It was weird. Hers was shut off, but heard it going off in the classrooms. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the schools even put out warnings. Hey, sorry if this causes a disturbance. Now I can see that one of two ways. Everybody's cell phones. Kids have cell phones in class now. Everybody's cell phone going off at one time would probably cause a disturbance.
No, they have to turn them off.
It could.
Here in
they're
class.
They're supposed to, but also, maybe that signal could be causing a disturbance. So you can look at that two different ways. The everyday explanation or the conspiracy theory explanation.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. I think it's kind of funny. It's right on the heels of what happened across the way.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to give it some time. If it does what they said it was gonna do, it's probably gonna take a little bit of time. So we'll just keep watching.
We'll watch. We'll keep watching.
I was wondering about that, Gail. She says, some of her friends took their kids out of school because of it.
Really?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Lisa kept her son home. She said, they have bags that they put the phones in here, but phones are still on. Is that like a Faraday cage bag so signals don't come through? Howie, have to go there. Strange in the paranormal this weekend. Not wrong.
Yeah.
Lisa, hers was off, started to watch a show. She recorded and the screen flashed that the alert was about to start. So she stopped and deleted the show. Good girl.
Here, I'm telling people, shut them off. And I had mine on. But my back is out of mine. I thought it would be broken.
Howie, he had a major influx over the weekend of activity.
Well, sure.
Plus we're getting close to Samhain. So
eclipse.
And the eclipse, Halloween, the veil singing. So it's going to be a thing.
Wait till this weekend. You thought it was active last weekend?
Oh, wait for it, Howie. They're going to be all over the place.
What's a cryptid?
Cryptid, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster.
Really?
Yeah. Ents, trolls, fairies, fae. Yeah.
You saw 2 Bigfoot? That's pretty cool. Did you get a picture? Did you take a picture of him? Tell him to say stop.
Devil dog and some kind of smaller creature.
Tell him, say, come here. I want to take your picture.
There are all kinds of things out there. I see things all the time that I have no idea what it is. I'm just like, you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Cool. At work, I said
he was driving
when I was on a show. The power went out at work, and because they were hooking the power up to the new building, so they had to cut it off to ours.
Wow.
And when that happened, I mean, you got 32 machines running 480 volts. You got a ton of electricity, EMF, and all of a sudden it's just nothing. It was a shock to my system. And I went outside, I had a couple cigarettes, I grounded a little bit, went back inside, and I heard them. Come here. So I walked to the middle of the factory. I had my phone out. As soon as I heard come here, I got my phone out and I had the video going. I was ready to go forward. And I'll have to send it to you. Remind me to send it to you. I caught one dancing. And then it started walking toward and started dancing towards me and then jumped up literally on my finger.
I love that.
I'm not kidding. I caught it on video.
I love that.
I never get to catch anything on video.
Did you dance back with it?
No.
You should have taken your finger and danced with him.
There were other things calling. That place was off the hook with activity.
Weird day.
And I started talking with some of them, and they're like, they told me flat out, they love it when the power's out. Yes, they feed off EMF, but they can get overloaded. You got a battery. You can overcharge a battery. We get overcharged with energy from solar flares and whatnot, and it affects us. So why wouldn't that affect them? So when it's quiet, they get to come out, they get to play, they get to get rid of that extra energy, and they get to have fun.
They love to play.
Oh, they loved it.
Linda's question is great.
Yeah.
The cabin. Wait till this weekend. Get up there. Linda, I'm curious. This will be the first Halloween Day of the Dead since Mom and Gracie are on the other side. Whatever you allow in.
Listen.
Whatever you allow.
And listen.
Supposedly, allegedly, now I don't know if this is true or not, but people claim that this time of the year, the entrance to the spirit world or the veil is a lot easier to access.
Mm-hmm.
Now they claim it. I don't know why.
They're standing up.
Oh, well, maybe it is then. So keep your notepad handy, Linda, because they will.
All Hallows Eve, Halloween, Samhain. It's pronounced different ways. Samhain. Depends on what portion of Europe you're from. It is a night when they feared spirits coming, so they dressed up scary to scare the spirits away and offered offerings to the spirits to leave them alone. That's part of the lore, which is where we dress, our kids up.
Oh, trick or treat.
And go out and ask for offerings, trick or treat. Either you give me an offering or I'm going to do a trick for you or on you. Something's going to happen to you. See how that works?
Interesting.
Everything comes from something. And
well,
that comes from.
But eclipses usually happen in October.
They were scared of the spirits coming through on that day, probably because they felt the veil thinning.
They would know. Well, the eclipse on Saturday is your royal star, Spica. We all know that the South Node, when an eclipse occurs around the South lunar node, that is losses. When, like, the next eclipse at the end of October is going to be on the north with the North Node.
So possible gains.
But when it's the South Node, it's in Libra. So, and Spica is relationships, love. Spica's So it's a very powerful eclipse with a powerful fixed star.
Bring it on. Let's go.
Spica is your star. And it's a very argumentative type of an eclipse. It's not going to be a quiet one. It's going to be loud. So you can have Libra want to see all sides of everything of a relationship. And then you got Spica there too. So you got two very powerful energies on relationships.
Yeah, and people could come out of the woodwork from your past on this eclipse. Just saying, who might be argumentative. Just saying. So I might put an extra lock on the front door. Just saying.
You better.
But just flow with the energy. Let it flow. Don't fight it.
That's the key. That's the key.
Yeah, through this whole Pluto return, it's been pretty decent to me. But I think that is because I've learned to let things flow. Yeah. Just, okay, this is happening. This is what we need to do. Can I do it right now? No, I need to wait. Okay, let's be patient and do it when the time comes. Also, I have already been through so much loss. Maybe I'm getting a break.
The good thing about this eclipse is it's going to clear away a lot of the things that we didn't know, or it was cloudy, because we've got Mercury. It's going to be clearer. Everything's going to be clearer to us after this eclipse. Now, remember, don't think, oh my God, this can happen like Sunday. The eclipse it can be 6 months out.
Yes.
The time frame. 6 months is where an eclipse will trigger.
And you may not even know there was an issue with something or somebody, but spirit does. And all of a sudden, this person, place, thing, job, friend, whatever.
Right. And
just spirit.
Where it hits is where you're going to feel it the most. It's hitting in the United States. So great. Hey, great. Great.
Oh, just if something exits your life like that, don't keep knocking on that door. Spirit closed for a reason. Leave it closed. Turn the lock. Turn the lock.
And there are no fire signs involved in this particular, which is kind of a good thing.
That's a good thing.
I mean, but when you don't have the balance, then it's going to be emotional. It's going to be air signs. It's going to be yappy. It's going to be a loud.
No, I work with a Gemini.
Sorry. It's going to be all about relationships. A lot of unexpected downloads again. Here come the downloads. Things that we didn't see clear, we're going to start to see.
Downloads are good. They're rough sometimes, but they're good. We get to grow. We grow spiritually. Our gifts grow, but then our body has to catch up. It's rough on our physical body. Every time we process a download, our body goes, "Oh my God, what the hell is happening now?"
Stop. Please stop. And it's on a world point too. World point. What does a world point do? World point brings something that's out in the world to the head, to a head.
Boom. Yes. It is affecting worse the ones that who are not doing their inner work. And that's what's going to hit.
Yeah.
Those are who it's going to hit the worst.
Well, they have anxiety.
Anxiety, depression, anger.
Yep.
Because they have not healed from their past traumas, which the retrogrades are bringing up. Mercury's bringing up. Pluto's bringing up. This is the time to get this and shed it and let it go. And they're like, no, I need to keep that. I need to keep that. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Be ready.
It's
go through it, get it done.
It's not a time for you to get your crystals out. It's not a time for you to charge them. It's not a time for you to want to play which it's not that time, not during an eclipse. That's a time when it'll backfire and go haywire on you.
No spell casting. I mean, even if you're trying to do something good for somebody, I mean, eclipse energy, you don't know what's going to happen.
No, you don't. This is the universe coming at you. This is the universe saying, you know what, I'm in control.
Yeah.
And the universe is in control, but you're in control as well. So it's a good, you can always meet somebody too during one of these cool eclipses. It's not a bad thing.
And that's kind of what I'm looking at.
It's going to fit right in the time frame that you're going to be going.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can't make that up, and I've been seeing for 6 months. Here we go. Get ready.
I'm excited.
Get yourself organized. Get your house organized. So that's
you got to come on and do a live and tell us, hey, I met this girl. We won't tell anybody.
No, I'll go live.
Live.
I'll go live just out of the blue and go, look. And she'll go, ta-da.
I would die. We would die laughing. We'll be going, what? What's her sign?
Hang on one second. My butt is asleep from sitting. I got to stand up.
Thank you for that. That's way too much information for us.
Nerves. Neck's out.
Lisa, oh God, help me.
All right, there we go.
Lisa said, oh God, help me. This week, what else do we have going on? It's actually more clarity toward the end of the week. What we've been in, this funk that we've got now, this Mars-Pluto crap. Then it heads into the eclipse, and then we've got a yacht on Monday. But that's Monday. So you just do what Keith said. You breathe it in, and you embrace it.
Yeah, and everybody dreads Monday anyway. Sunday night, they start thinking, oh my God, tomorrow's Monday. What's going to happen? Guess what? You're setting something up to happen. I look at it anymore. It's just another day. It's a day. Monday is a day that has a name. Same as Friday. Just an example. I walk into work today and my boss and my coworker are just because 2 machines are broken down over the weekend and we had to get them fixed. Okay, let's get this done.
Get them done.
But it's just something we got to do. Let's go do it. I didn't freak out. I'm like, oh, look at no. It's like, okay, let's get this done. So we got it done. And I see it all over the place. Not just at work, not just here, not just there. It's on the internet. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. It's here. It's there. Everybody, they set themselves up for failure on Monday.
Right.
And then Tuesday and Wednesday, they're still dealing with what happened Monday. And then Thursday, they're looking forward to Friday. Friday, yay, the weekend's here. Okay, cool. Yeah, the weekend's here.
Well, Friday is a good day because, and I wrote this down, things will calm down a lot and be very, very much clearer because Mars trines Saturn. And Saturn is the big restrictor. Saturn's going to bring everything into a clearer, this is what we've got to do. Now, also this week, Mars is going into Scorpio. Mars has been in Libra. That was another big thing with across the pond.
Scorpio season.
Mars hates being in Libra. It doesn't like it. Libra Mars is impulsive. Let's do it. Let's go. Libra's like, wait.
Balance.
No, I can't make up my mind.
Balance.
So Mars is in its house with Scorpio. It's very, very happy. Mars is very happy in Scorpio. That's its ruler.
Let's party.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And we've got Venus going into Virgo. She's been in Leo. Look at me, I'm in love, I'm happy. Look at me, everybody. And when she goes in Virgo, she gets a little bit more critical. This is the way I want it done.
I'm going
to post a note on it.
You see a lot of that with Facebook's posts. Look at us, look at us, look at us. And then an eclipse hits, and guess what? There's no more of us.
Look at me, look at me. The filters will stop getting used this week.
Oh, people with the filters.
Yeah, they'll stop it. They need to stop. They're too obvious.
I met somebody that I knew from Facebook, and I didn't recognize them. I had no idea who this person was, but yet they've been my Facebook friend for a while. Why? Filters.
So you knew them.
Hmm?
And then,
hey, how you doing? I'm like, okay. I'm sorry. Do I know you? Yeah.
That's frightening. That's a little frightening.
And it's when I get
Venus and Leo.
When I get friend suggestions, I go hit their about info. I scroll their page, see what kind of posts they put out. Are they normal? Why are they sending a friend request? Then I go to their photos. And if every one of their photos is filtered, I delete it. I'm not going to put up with you wearing a mask trying to be my friend. Ain't gonna happen.
Right. Because, that's a lot of that Venus. That'll be gone because Venus is in Virgo, and Virgo would not be a filter per type. That energy in Virgo is not a filter.
Yeah.
It is in Leo, but it's not in Virgo. Virgo, it's analytical. It's actually Venus is not happy in Virgo, but she'll survive. She'll make it.
And with the filters, if y'all go missing, how's anybody ever gonna find you if nobody knows what you really look like?
I mean, some of those filters can change people their entire looks.
Absolutely. And
then when you see them, you're like, what? Or the person, and then you see them on Facebook, and you're like, I don't even recognize that person because you really know them.
The person I was talking about, I saw at Scarefest. It was one of the mediums on Facebook, and I walked right past her. Didn't know who it was.
Put your filter on.
Yeah. Oh, that should be my line. You didn't recognize me? No, put your filter on.
There's your new line. That's our week. Our week is when we shift into new signs. It gets a little weird when especially these are two inner planets. It's Venus and Mars. They affect us personally.
Yes.
The outers affect the collective more.
And what happens to us personally also affects the collective.
Correct.
If we heal, it helps the collective. If we don't, and we moan and groan all the time, that also affects the collective.
That's right. Well, and everybody is saying, oh, it's going to be an apocalypse. Something's going to, there's going to be a catastrophic event or this or that. And I'm thinking, well, if we as a collective continue to say that, we may manifest it. So stop even thinking about it.
Not wrong.
You want to keep saying that and saying it, and enough people think it, well, damn it, it'll happen.
Not wrong. That is a thing. They did experiments with meditation. Like they had 1,000 people sit down and meditate for X amount of time. They paid attention to the crime rate across the world during that X amount of time. It dropped. Once they stopped meditating, it rose back up to where it was. It is a thing.
It is a thing. And it's a very big thing. And I think if you continue, I'm not so sure that there aren't some folks out there that put those ideas out there so that the collective picks up on it and starts to think it so that it does manifest.
Possibly.
Because they work with energy and they know it. They've done it for decades.
Yeah.
It's documented. And, the military has used remote viewing for decades.
Absolutely, they have. Absolutely. I actually know someone who went through that.
Yeah, they do.
And learned that. It's a thing. That's how a lot of psychics find people, is viewing, remote viewing.
So you have to be careful.
When I do distance Reiki, in a way, I can't sit down and meditate and put myself into another location and tell you, okay, they have a lamp here and they have a couch here and this is what color it is. I don't do that. But when I do Reiki, I put myself right with that client. So I'm here, but I'm also there. But I am concentrating on that client. That is all I'm concerned about, is that client's energy and what's happening. So I guess that's kind of a small form of it. Maybe if I start with that and try to work with it, maybe I could grow that a little bit.
Right.
That's an interesting concept.
It's a good concept, though. You just got to be very careful and think clearly. Use your intuition the next couple of weeks with the energy being all whacked. If something feels wrong, listen to your gut.
Yes.
Listen to your gut. Don't listen to what everybody else is saying. And listen, if it doesn't feel right, don't go there. If it doesn't feel right, don't say it. Just
that could even be your guides telling you, no, don't go to that gas station. Go to this gas station.
Yes.
Why? Because you might pull out of that other driveway and get T-boned, but you won't over here in this one. It's your intuition, your instinct.
It's your higher self telling you need to listen and trust it, especially now, because there's a lot of chaotic things going on, and we don't know a lot of things, but that clarity is coming.
Yes. If I go down to Scarefest and walk down the hallway and there's I can go left or right. If I go left, when Spirit's telling me to go right, I might not meet who I'm supposed to meet. Maybe it's a celebrity we get to talk in. Maybe they say, hey, I'm interested in what you do. Let's talk about this a little bit more. Maybe I can help you. Maybe I can help them. I don't know. But if you're not where you're supposed to be, they spend a lot of time setting this up your whole life.
Don't blow it.
Then they got to start over. And it takes a lot of time to set up your life, their life, to where you meet, have that conversation, and begin that movie, that job, that relationship, that friendship, whatever. So yeah, it takes a lot to set all that up. And if we blow it, they got to start over.
Yep.
That's when you see the memes on Facebook, your spirit guide,
That's mine.
Tequila bottle and cigarette smoking out of, hanging out of their mouth. Like,
that's Gail said her Friday is her son's birthday. My daughter's birthday is Saturday. So we've got Libra birthdays.
Yeah, my dad's birthday
kids. Libras are great kids to raise. They're happy kids. They're good kids.
Oh, from what I heard, my dad was a little shit.
But they're pretty even-keeled kids.
But I get my tenacity and my stubbornness from him, though. When he was a young child, he was on a merry-go-round, with the horses that go up and down. And some kid pushed him off, and he got caught under it and dragged under it. And it crushed his legs so bad, the doctors told him he would never walk again. He was in a full body cast for almost a year. When they cut it off, I guess he had Tinker toys and all kinds of stuff in there, from itching, and he'd lose it. But that SOB, so stubborn, he proved them wrong.
Good for him.
He walked again. He ran. Worked his ass off his whole life.
Good.
And, yeah. In fact, he worked himself too hard. Kind of like I did. But yeah, his body broke down.
Lisa said Saturday and Sunday she felt it. Yep.
Hubby's
Yeah, it was, the energy was weird. It was a very weird energy. It was a very, very strange time.
Yeah.
I think it was, I just didn't even want to do anything. I just didn't, I mean, I got things done.
You said Saturday?
Yeah.
I didn't want to do anything either, but I made myself get up
Yeah.
and use the energy to get things done around here.
I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to be, but I agree. I think it was really a weird energy day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that bled over into Sunday.
Yeah.
At least for
And
me.
and then we heard the news from Saturday into Sunday of what occurred overseas, and I think it kind of took everybody shock.
Mm-hmm.
Shook us all.
Yes.
It was like 9/11 stuff coming back.
All over again.
It shook.
Everybody's glued to their radios and their TVs and, waiting for the news.
Yeah.
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 Wars over religion. You do your thing, we do our thing. There we go.
It's a shame. And the sad part is it's the people that are the victims. Or
Absolutely.
The people. And the people would get along just fine if they didn't have all the other
telling them how to think.
Yeah. Well, and they were starting to get along very, very well. And actually they were starting to, and I think that's why this occurred, because they were getting along. Things that had occurred back in, before 2020, like there were a lot of accords, that Abraham Accord, is that what it was called?
I don't
know. Where people were getting along and things were getting better. So, and I think that's why this came in.
Probably. They were worried about peace.
Wanted to stir up the pot.
Yeah. War is a big moneymaker. It is a big moneymaker. For who? The GOV.
Yeah.
Not for the people losing everything, but
not for the people.
For the GOVs. And they're people are losing their homes. They are losing everything.
Let's hope it calms by about Friday. When a little bit of clarity comes in by Friday, let's hope things clear.
Yes.
And calm down. Let's hope.
Absolutely.
That's about it for the week. That's enough.
Oh, more than enough. More than enough.
More than enough. We don't need any more. We want to get back to pre-COVID.
Yes, we do.
We want to get back to when we were just doing it going, yeah, this is going to be really great. And isn't this wonderful?
And what are they talking about? Again.
What?
Here it comes again. The next
that one thing again.
The next round of it, and
no,
and don't affect strain and variants, and
Well, what's interesting to learn is I go to the doctor. I have to go to the doctor every 3 months and get my blood work, and I just went a couple Fridays ago, and my doctor specifically said we are not recommending that. We refuse. We will not. So I thought that was very interesting.
EG5.
What's EG5?
New variant.
Oh.
I'm on Google. But there's also a new one that's supposed to start with an M. Supposed to be coming out very soon. Kind of like your movie. Coming out this date.
Coming soon. Mofo, I'm not listening to it. Lisa, people have manifested things into existence. Absolutely. Gail, my hubby's is Sunday. Oh, 2 Libras. How wonderful. But then you're a Libra too, Gail. But sort of. That's a nice household. Oh, the Libras.
Yeah, when I hang out with Libras, I tend to take on their traits.
That's scary.
It's a little irritating for me. I'll catch myself.
Do you catch yourself just like rambling?
Yes. And I don't like to talk. I do not like to talk. I don't. It irritates me to talk to people.
Hi, Vegas. Lisa's funny too, but that's our week.
Hey,
roll with the eclipses, roll with the energy. We'll get through it. Roll, just embrace it.
Let it flow.
Don't embrace it, just have fun with the relationships. Hopefully you'll meet somebody new. It is all about relationships. So
I was waiting for it. Thank you, Gail.
oh, okay.
You see the fourth, the signal, the new one coming out.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, that's the new one.
Is it wrong to get the duct tape out for the Geminis?
No,
not
you're going to want to do it this weekend because, like I said, this eclipse is all about air and water. So it's going to be, people are going to be crying or yapping nonstop. The air signs are going to be out of control.
Yeah, Lisa,
yapping. It's a loud one.
I'm not going to tell you what you should do or what you shouldn't do or what you can do, what you can't do. I'm just going to tell you do what you need to do, and I'm going to leave it there.
That's right.
Because I'm going to ask my boss for a roll of duct tape tomorrow when I get to work.
Duct tape the Geminis. Duct tape the Libras. Duct tape the Aquarius.
Yes. Linda, I see your comment. She's going to need some for herself. She has a hard time not reacting. Take a minute. Minute. Practice a pause. Take a deep breath in. Put all that anxiety, anger, whatever it is you're feeling at the moment into that breath and then
exhale.
Let it out. If you have to, physically take a step back. I do. If somebody gets in my face and I'm like, I take a step back for a few reasons. That gets me further away from that person.
Right.
That makes me safer in case they swing, verbalize, what have you. There's a little bit more distance there. I also get away from their aura, their energetic bubble.
Yeah.
I take a step back from that. So it's not right here in my face affecting mine.
Right.
So it's okay to take a step back and take a breath. Wait a minute. I need a minute.
Take a couple steps back with that Mars square and Pluto. Take a couple steps back.
Yeah.
But Mars is going to be in Scorpio. You're going to be happy. It'll be good for you. I mean, it's down your ballpark.
Scorpio season, baby. Here we go. It's my time.
Scorpio season is coming.
It is my time.
It's coming.
I'm going to use it. Not abuse it.
Shit. Get us through this year. Get us through till 2024.
Yeah. It's a thing, Linda. It helps. It really does. It really does. Yeah, 2024. Here we go.
I've said that every year since 2020.
Yeah, I know. We just get through this year. If we just get through this year. If we just get through next year. But 2024, that's 8. 8's infinity. So if we get through 2024, maybe the good things will last. Who knows?
Well, we got a lot going on in October and November. We're going to see a lot of things that we didn't see are going to be clear because a lot of the funk is going to be out, like Neptune. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of funky energy that causes us not to see things.
Absolutely. And some of the things you see, you may not like. Some of the things you see, you may like.
Yeah.
Again, go with the flow.
That's right. Just flow this weekend. We'll make it. We always make it.
Some of the things you see, you might never have thought you would see, and you may have a hard time believing that is actually that person or that is actually happening.
Right.
Believe it, because it's right in front of your eyes. It's in your ears. It's in your eyesight. Here it is, right in front of you. Don't fight it. Accept it. Okay.
Accept it.
All right. See ya.
That's right. Well, everybody have a great week. Hang in there. What?
Oh, I had to go over to where the videos are.
Oh. Is it wrong to get, that's funny. Is it wrong to get the duct tape for the Geminis? But have super weeks, everybody, right?
Absolutely.
Roll with it.
Absolutely. You have a good week, Joni.
Have a great one.
Oh,
you
yeah.
too, honey.
And for those of you who don't know, Joni puts out a little snippet every morning about what's happening through the day.
Thank you. That's right. Facebook.
I look for that every morning and I share it out as well. So
good. Just tell energy report.
Yeah, just had to give that little shameless plug again. And if you haven't, go to the RNN network. You'll know it because of that red logo up there. And give it a like and subscribe. And we also have a YouTube channel, so you can subscribe on YouTube. That looks funny, Joni, just saying. We have some awesome shows.
Pointing.
We got the Orion Effect on Sunday. Howie does like a coffee show on Wednesday morning. We have Joni's show right before our show on Monday night. And there's several others. Raven's Nest. I know I'm screwing this up, but
Raven's Flock every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for the Celtic Psychic Susan. She's got a great show. Energy stuff. We have readings. She does readings.
Yes. We have a poetry show now, I think.
Thursday, Friday, Crazy Cat Lady.
Lisa and Lisa.
First Tuesday of the month.
Yes.
Mystic Mayhem.
We are expanding.
We are getting bigger.
And if you by chance have been thinking about doing a show or currently do a show and you want to enter a network to get yourself out there better or to help that network grow, let us know. We'll get you in touch with Howie and we'll see what we can do.
Hitman Howie, we would love to have you join our family.
Absolutely. Let's grow. Let's go. Let's make this happen.
That's right. It's a great network.
Absolutely.
And don't think, oh, I've never done a podcast. I couldn't do it. I had never in my life thought I would do it.
Oh,
and I love it now.
Same. When Steve threw me in that chair on Spirit Mechanics show that one day, that night that they were here, I was sweating. Like, no, don't do this to me, please. God, don't do this to me. And he did it to me. And it was probably one of the best things he ever did.
Well, it was a lot easier when we were just doing it like with Blog Talk and just doing the podcast, because then you could just do it in your pajamas. You wouldn't have to.
Not wrong.
Get ready.
Not wrong.
I know. So now we're vidcast.
Yes. All right. On that note, girl, I'm going to let you go.
Right. Have a great week, everybody.
And we shall see you later.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Bye, hon.